June 12, 1944. A gray, overcast sky hangs over the Reckling test field in Germany. On the runway, a sleek silver fighter plane waits, its engine a low grumble. But this is no Messerschmitt or Focke-Wulf. It's an American P-51 Mustang, captured and painted with bold German crosses on its wings and fuselage. Inside the cockpit, a seasoned Luftwaffe test pilot grips the control stick, his knuckles white. The air is thick with tension. The Germans had heard the rumors about this new Allied fighter, but they'd underestimated it. Today, they were about to discover just how wrong they were. By this point in the war, the skies over Europe had become a deadly chessboard. The Luftwaffe, once the undisputed masters of the air, were now fighting a desperate defensive battle. Allied bombers were striking deeper into the heart of Germany, and escorting them was this new long-range threat, the P-51 Mustang. To understand their enemy, the Germans established a special unit called the Circus Rosarius. Their mission? To test captured Allied aircraft, dissect their strengths, and find their weaknesses. They had managed to get their hands on a few Mustangs, patching them up and preparing them for evaluation. This particular flight was one of the most anticipated. The fate of Germany's air defense could very well hinge on what they learned. The pilot opens the throttle. The Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, a masterpiece of British engineering powering an American airframe, screams to life. The sound is utterly foreign on this German airfield, a powerful, throaty roar that cuts through the quiet morning. The Mustang surges forward, accelerating with a ferocity that catches the pilot by surprise. It lifts off the runway effortlessly, climbing into the sky like it was born there. As he banks the plane, the pilot begins his initial assessment. The first thing he notices is the cockpit. It's cramped, a stark contrast to the more spacious designs of German fighters. His initial report would later mention his frustration. All those levers, switches, everything is arranged so differently. It felt alien, unintuitive. He struggled to get a feel for the controls, the layout seemingly designed by a completely different philosophy of flight. But then, as he pushed the aircraft higher and faster, something incredible happened. The initial awkwardness melted away. The Mustang came alive in his hands. It responded to the slightest touch with a crisp, immediate precision he had rarely experienced. He threw it into a steep climb, and the plane just went, its rate of ascent leaving the theoretical performance of his own Me-109 and FW-190 far behind. He performed a series of high-speed maneuvers, rolls, and turns. The Mustang was astonishingly stable, yet agile as a hawk. There was no sluggishness, no hesitation. The laminar flow wings, a revolutionary design, cut through the air with unparalleled efficiency, giving it both incredible speed and long-range endurance. It was during these mock dogfights against Germany's best fighters that the true, terrifying nature of the Mustang was revealed. The German pilots, flying their familiar FW-190s and Me-109s, tried every trick they knew. They tried to outturn it, outclimb it, and outdive it. But the Mustang was always one step ahead. Its superior performance at high altitudes, where the bomber streams flew, was a game changer. The German pilots reported back with a sense of awe and dread. One of their key findings was chillingly simple. In a one-on-one fight, if the Mustang pilot made no mistakes, it was virtually impossible to shoot down. Their conclusion was stark. The only way to beat a Mustang was to surprise it, to have superior numbers, or to hope its pilot made a fatal error. This test flight over Reckling was more than just a technical evaluation. It was a psychological turning point. The report sent shockwaves through the Luftwaffe High Command. The Mustang wasn't just a good fighter, it was a war-winning weapon. It combined speed, maneuverability, firepower, and most importantly, the range to escort bombers all the way to Berlin and back. The German designers and commanders realized they weren't just facing a new piece of hardware. They were facing a symbol of the Allies' industrial might and technological superiority. This wasn't a plane they could simply copy. The engine technology, the aerodynamics, it represented a leap forward that they could no longer match. In the thunderous roar of that captured Mustang on a German runway, the pilots and engineers heard more than just an engine. They heard the sound of inevitability, a sign that the tide of the air war had turned for good. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this piece of aviation history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another story. Until next time.